Yeah, what could this be about, man? I've never heard of Confederate Railroad, let alone Daddy never was the Cadillac kind. Little interesting way to, say that line. Yo, Daddy never was the Cadillac. I wonder if we're gonna be talking about like possessions and things like that in this one. I wonder. I wonder if we're gonna talk about real desires. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. My name is Andy Roo, and on my channel, if you don't know, I react to classics, dude. Classic rock, pop, metal, hip hop, country. A lot of great stuff that I didn't get to grow up on. I was raised on contemporary Christian music, so this kind of stuff just was not around in the house. I'm also an audio engineer and a producer. I've been doing that full time for almost a decade now. So it's been a lot of fun checking out some of this music that I feel like I should know as someone who works in the field of music. And it's been so much fun just getting to explore this world of just legends that I never got to experience with you guys. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. By the time this comes out, we might actually be at 100,000 subscribers already. So I can't thank you guys enough for the support. But without further ado, where my two steppers at? Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay. This is a very compelling title. I feel like I should listen to the lyrics more than I usually do. If you don't know, my typical reactions, I like to talk about the the production, the music, the arrangement, a lot of stuff like that. Those are the things that stick out to my little musician ears. And I have a massive appreciation for lyrics. But on my reactions, I tend to, because it's the first time I'm ever listening to them, that's not typically what my mind goes straight to. But sometimes we'll get a song that compels me enough that they just open up with a really good line or something like that. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what's going on here with Confederate Railroad. You guys leave some history about who these guys are. I'm interested.
We were poor when I was a young'un. I don't remember ever going hungry. Daddy made sure we didn't do without. I went to school with some of these fellas. They had money and I was jealous. I didn't know then what I know now. Daddy'd say you can't judge a book.
Mixing wise, actually, kind of reminds me a lot of like Brooks and Dunn. A little bit of some of that more modern sound. We got a really, really long reverb tail. It's kind of the echo, like when you step into a bathroom or a cave and you have this long like delay on your voice, or echo or resonance on your voice, because it doesn't repeat. It's a resonance, but they chose a really long one for this one. I've noticed that a lot with some of this earlier music, and I can't say I'm the biggest fan of it, but I think it sounds nice here. I think it sounds pretty decent actually. And his voice is interesting. He has like very big like deep swings into it, which you normally get with twangy country voices. But by the way, this is country. I didn't know that. I could probably assume that it was country, but that was cool. I was actually a little bit surprised when I heard the steel guitar or the lap guitar or whatever at the beginning, the like that thing come in, because I was like, oh, we're listening to country today. So I'm enjoying it. He's telling a story here. Let's start it again from the top. I'm gonna try to listen to the lyrics a little bit more this time.
We were poor when I was a young'un. I don't remember ever going hungry. Daddy made sure we didn't do without.
Come on.
I went to school with some of these fellas. They had money and I was jealous. I didn't know then what I know now.
Okay.
Daddy'd say you can't judge a book by looking at the cover. It's what's inside that really matters. Daddy never was the Cadillac kind. He said some things just glitter and shine. Taught us that love was the one.
Come on, we got some two-stepping country right now. By the way, when I do my two-step at the beginning, I'm referring to a hardcore punk two-step, not a country two-step. So if I did that and you're like, what the hell did he just do? That's what that was. I love all country music that has this tempo. It is so catchy. It reminds me of stepping into Texas Roadhouse. For some of you guys, it might mean something more and something more authentic because I'm just like I'm in Colorado. Okay, Colorado is not inherently a country state, but it's a little bit. There's a little yeehaw here, but not enough for me to be like I'm from a country. It's kind of funny. I'm wearing like Real Tree or whatever right now. It's kind of hilarious, but dude, this is so fire. I'm liking it, guys. I'm liking it. I also like kind of the message we're getting here about how money isn't everything. And even though he had the ability to, it seems like even though he had the ability to provide for his, I guess, live a lavish lifestyle, he chooses not to. I think that's the message that we're getting here. But I think one of the things that stuck out to me lyrically was when he was talking about going to school with a bunch of kind of, richer kids or better off kids. I had that exact experience. I grew up with a single mother, and she was raising three of us. So very big props to her. But like, we were not well off at all. We were very, very poor. And I went to a school that was in a very, 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 very nice part of the town that I grew up in, and seeing everyone around me have phones when they were in middle school. I didn't get a phone until I was in high school. Seeing kids get cars as soon as they turned 16 and licenses, and their parents paid for it, and dressing in nice clothes and doing all this. It's like it was very disheartening to see. Very, very, very disheartening to see. So I'm excited to see where he takes this idea story wise. Because I feel like it's something that I can sort of relate to a little bit.
Daddy never was the Cadillac kind. He said some things just glitter and shine. Taught us that love was the one thing money couldn't buy. Daddy never was the Cadillac kind. I left home right out of high school. Got me a big car, thought it was real cool. Cruising around the old neighborhood. I'd see Daddy after church on Sunday. Say you'll have to go riding with me someday. Just said no, I never understood. He asked me how I bought it, I told him on credit. Daddy just smiled, I'll never forget it. Daddy never was.
That's worse than ever, to invest in a car and a loan. Get a loan. Don't get loans. I hate it. My life definitely decreased in quality as soon as I got a car loan. Oh my gosh, it's the worst, dude. I'd be shaking my head at myself too. I actually kind of had to, low-key. Like I didn't really have much of a choice, unfortunately. But regardless, dude, car notes are no fun. Getting loans sucks.
Daddy never was the Cadillac kind. He said some things just glitter and shine. Taught us that love was the one thing money couldn't buy. Daddy never was the Cadillac kind. It took a while.
Yeah, dude. I think when people hear songs about this kind of thing, the whole like money can't buy happiness and stuff, a quick sentiment that people cling on to is that well, I would be really happy if someone gave me $1 million. I would be really happy if I had all my bills paid. You don't know what it's like to like not have your bills paid. And like I said, I grew up very, very, very poor. And the relationship, evidently, with my family was not great. I did not have a very good thing. And I'm not going to trauma dump here or anything like that. But I do want to touch on something important that this song, because I think people need to look a little bit deeper into this. I think people tend to hear cliche phrases and stuff, and they don't really think of it too deeply and really understand fully what they mean. And I was like one of those people who are like, oh, well, I mean, if you say money can't buy happiness, you've never been broke. Because when you're broke, yeah, that's everything to you. Money is everything to you, and having money will make you happy. And it's not like money does not make you happy. I just think that's not where the source of your happiness comes from, right? Like I think humans have an incredible ability to adapt, right? And what happens with a lot of people and a lot of successful people, and I'm going to bring my own story a little bit into this, is that once you attain something, right, whether it's financial stability or a really nice car or anything like that, your body's going to get really used to that real fast, even on the scientific level. It's going to get used to it really, really fast, and you're going to want more and more and more. And there's going to be a void that you cannot fill with money. And that is what I think it really means when people say money cannot buy happiness. And I think the deeper level of it is I, for a very, very, very long time, all I wanted was independency. And pretty shortly out of high school, pursuing an audio engineering career and production and stuff, I did start to make some decent money. It's had its ups and downs. I'm a business owner, so of course that's its own thing. But of course I was happy once I was making, 40 an hour, when I was doing things, even when I made this YouTube channel, I've been very blessed with you guys and your viewers, and you guys have genuinely changed my life. But I'm lonely, man. Like I go home and I live alone. And I thought for a very, very long time that that's what I wanted. That's what I needed. I wanted solitude, and I wanted to be so financially stable that I could just be by myself and live in peace. And then I got it. And since then, I have never been more depressed. I've never been more unhappy. And it's not that the money doesn't make me happy. It's not that having my bills paid. I understand immensely how incredible it is to have your bills paid. And I'm so, so thankful. I'm forever thankful that I don't have to worry about that right now at this point in my life, having my bills paid, because I've been through it. I did it my entire life growing up until years and years after I graduated. 90% of my life has been living with struggle and struggling to pay rent and things. So of course I can acknowledge that that makes me very happy. I love that I'm blessed enough to where that's not an issue in my life. But I think what happens is the other problems in your life become a lot louder once money's not fogging it up. And it's not like a poor me thing. Again, I'm very, 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 very blessed, and I will never, never, ever forget that. But I think that's like the real sentiment of money can't buy happiness. And of course, when you talk to people who aren't well off and they're struggling financially, they're going to be like, oh, you don't even know. Like, how dare you say that? Like, that would change my life and I would be so happy. It's like, of course you would be happy. But there's going to come a time where your body's going to adapt. And every other problem in your life is going to become a lot louder. Relationships, things. And I've understood while being alone that having people around you, having friends, having family around you is the most important thing ever. And I think you will get that with if you talk to a lot of successful people, they're going to say, I would rather not have a dime in my bank account and have a family than have $1 million and have nothing. That is what makes a man rich, in my opinion. That's what makes a man wealthy. It is not money. It's not money. It is having family and stuff. So I love the sentiment that this is going for, and I think that it tackles it in a very unique way. So let's keep going.
The Cadillac kind. It took a while, but now I'm grown. Settled down with kids of my own. The more I give them, the more they want. Daddy left us last November. I don't remember him ever looking better, all laid out in his Sunday best. I'm sure instead of all that attention, all he'd have wanted was a few words mentioned. A simple man simply laid to rest. As they drove him away in that big Cadillac with a tear in my eye, I had to laugh. 'Cause Daddy never was the Cadillac kind. He said something.
That's so funny.
Glitter and shine.
I love country music. The way they write it is so clever. Like, I love that so much. That's so funny. Not like funny, but you know what I mean. Like, I love that.
He said something, just glitter and shine. Well, just this once, I hope Daddy enjoyed the ride. 'Cause Daddy never was.
Come on.
The Cadillac kind. I know my Daddy never was.
Hey, halftime, man.
The Cadillac kind.
I love when they do that too. I love when they change the last or like change a line or two in the final chorus to make it mean something more. Love it, dude. So good. Oh, that was so fun. I love that. That was so sweet. But I love the whole turn where it's like he was never the Cadillac kind, and as soon as he rides in a Cadillac, it's not by his choice. It's because he's in a hearse. So, yo, crazy, dude. Crazy. I love that though. If I should check out more Confederate Railroad, let me know, guys. If you don't know, I have a membership where if you want to support the channel a little bit extra, you can check out videos early before I drop them to the public. So if you want to sign up for that, definitely do that. But if not, please, no worries. Your regular subscription means the world to me anyway. Other than that, I have my socials down in the description if you want to check out my life outside the reactions. And I'm going to get my butt out of here, guys. Peace.